Hey guys, Dominus here, with another part of Sovereign Syndicate. Last time we finished the chapter 1 as the Atticus Daily, and now we move to the next chapter of Clara Reed. Let's see what we can expect. I hope you will enjoy the video. Please consider subscribing to the channel and liking the video. Let's get into it. Okay, so let's see what archetype are we gonna choose for Clara. I think I'm gonna go with the tact. I kinda read all of them, and so this one has intuition and grace, and I wanna have someone with tact and intellect at least as the secondary trait. And she has a trait chameleon. You can blend in with many social circles and find it easy to pretend to be what you're not. And I kind of find it cool, so let's choose the tact archetype. Revolutionary feats of engineering and shameless displays of wealth, a common sight in London. Yet rarely does one come across that which combines technological prowess and financial abundance. Enter Scylla's airship, its gilded frame and sheer size literally and figuratively casting a deep shadow over the city slums and wealthy districts. Shafts of sunlight filter through windows that wrap around each of the airship rooms, bathing them and their occupants in warm glow. Pipes and polished wooden floors rumble to the spinning of the airship's propellers. You feel like you're standing within a slice of the future. So we are kind of going to the high end of the London, which is the airship, I'm guessing. Intuition. Morning already. Can't stay here forever. I still have much to do before I leave London. Good thing Silas already delivered my payment. Okay. He was up before me. I wonder if he's still aboard the ship. Okay, take in the atmosphere. A gentle hiss of steam and the churning of metal gears. Silas is in the office, tinkering with some task or another. My head still aches from all that whiskey he was pouring me last night. Last night was no bed of roses, but it wasn't all bad. At least once I've quit London, I won't have to entertain Silas anymore. Yeah, let's go with that. We got 5 hope. Is that use, we think? Up at last, are we? Better get going, too busy to lay abed. Chiffonier. Let's check this. Another night wearing this perfume will drive me mad, but Silas always gives bigger tips when I wear his gifts. Another dreadful night or one more day in London, I must choose the lesser evil, I suppose. Well, we want the bigger tips, so let's put a perfume. Okay, let's check. This is kinda our bedroom. Let's check if we can put the perfume. Spritz. Let's not use it until we meet Silas. Wine rack. A small but carefully curated selection of wines and 1 bottle of good gin. Strangely distinct in a high society way, judging by the label, Silas named this brand of gin after his wife. Perhaps as an attempt to make amends. If I fancied it for myself, now's the time. The Cyclops is dead to the world. Take the furtive look at the rack. We got Lady Braxton gin to our inventory. This will suit the souls, mine or someone else. Elaborate fan. On the sideboard sits an elaborate folding fan with note beneath it. In prim and proper cursive it reads, "A token of my affection," and further down, a trinket of fascinating complexity and a refined beauty, a fitting gift for my dear Miss Clara Reed. So this was a gift for us? One must wonder what sort of request he plans to put forth that would call for this sort of doting first. Pretty little thing, isn't it? Quite bulky for an accessory, however. Fan collector. Search for more fans. Okay. We can't go up here, we can only move to the couch. Let's check the phonograph first. Mother used to play a song with one of these. What was the melody again? Okay. Couches. Let's sit. A similar fabric to the boots in the velvet rose, with fewer stains, evidently. Okay. Not much information we could get there. Statue. Terracotta, chipped amethyst. I wonder was told the original. Okay, let's not go to the wharf yet. Let's check everything else. View. London looks even more hideous from above. Soon I'll be free from it. Traveling trunks. This luggage set is less organized than mine back at the royal suite. Like Tanner and Silas Akin on the outside, but with a different sort of discontent in their hearts. Wainscoting. Surely crafted by a worker with meager pay, absolutely precision left unnoticed by the wealthy. Okay, let's put the perfume and go talk to this guy. Might as well freshen up, smells like I rolled in a flower bed. Do men really like this? Okay, let's talk to Silas Bragg. Fancy Jones to St. James for Finn and Hades. Afraid not, my dove. I have a busy schedule today, and my employer at the Rose will be quite cross with me if I'm not in soon. This early in the day, Zeus beard. She runs a tight ship then. Respectable shops and taverns won't come unshuttered for ages yet, but the dollies are already breaking bread and scrubbing up for the day. No rest for the wicked, as they say. So it would seem. Okay, let's see. When would you like to meet again, Lord Bragg? No, enough of that. It's just Silas for you, my little minx. Lord Bragg? Ha! The novelty never burst in. I pray only that more Cyclopes may someday follow in my footsteps and earn Her Majesty's praise. For all his bluster, there are some causes he truly does care about. But to your question, I'm afraid I'll have to get in touch. Busy these coming days, and plenty of irons in the fire. But mark me, I'll send word to my sweet Miss Clara as soon as I'm free. I look forward to it. Sleep well, though? With you? Always. Nothing like waking up beside a lady as lovely as you in the buff. You flatter me, your lordship. Flattery will get you everywhere. I know the look in those eyes. Best see you into something else. Regardless of how well Silas has already paid, I do have places to be. How is work coming along on the new prosthesis? Wonderfully. Couldn't be happier with it. I can't wait for the public to see it. This will revolutionize the way work is done in our fair city, and play for that matter. Would be launching ahead of schedule at this rate if only the blasted foreman could do his job. Trouble on the production line? And then some. One factory in particular. They're asking for higher wages, less hours. You know how it is, my sweet. Nothing I haven't said. At length. Christ above the greed, the laziness. Do they not understand how deeply they're hurting the industry, slowing us down? Let's let us know of your thoughts on the matter. What a bother, sweetling. When next we meet, I'll work all the harder to take some of the stress off your shoulders. Indeed, sooner rather than later, I think. Wherever did you find this fan? It's quite the piece. Ah, found my gift, eh? Lovely little bauble, isn't it? I know you have a bit of a collection, and I couldn't resist treating my favorite London dolly. Not too presumptuous, I hope. Not at all. I appreciate the gesture, though. Well, I'm sure you'll find a way to thank me when next we meet. Right, my sweet? I'd be best off. It was wonderful as always. Don't be a stranger, my dog. Of course not, my dear. I'll be seeing you sooner rather than later, I think. Until then. Okay. Something else you needed? Okay. Okay, so you guys know what we were doing with this guy. Let's go to wharf. Soft lights breaks through the dense London fog and falls across the leafing paint of the fishmonger stalls. This close to the sea, the smog of London is usurped by the salty bite of tidal decay. Fish bones and English waste mingle on the edge of the metropole, coating the stone walls of the quay and cobbles below in a thin and foaming slick. Escape is close at hand, and the tawdry cavern which has been your living tomb shall be no more fate's willing. When they search for you in the morning, they'll find little more than an empty room with its door flung wide. Just one more night of this. Ah, the nostalgic reek of London sports. It's a fine day by London standards, quite nearly refreshing. Almost a pity to spend it bustling about making plans for my egress. I wonder if I'll miss the city. At least it saves me from a morning stroll at Silos. Yeah, let's choose this one. My musings are cut short by the hacking Casper cough of a longer-shore man, somewhere off a ways, hauling his cargo for the day. That's more than enough smokiness for now. Green Street should be around here somewhere. Okay, let's check our journal. Visit Green Street on the London docks and acquire passage on his ship. So we want to get out from the London, I'm guessing. Okay, go to street level. I kinda wanna see how like people walking on the street or something to make it more lively. Oh, there is some people actually when you come down. Okay, that's nice. Okay. Where do we move? Okay. Ransacked nest. Raven's nest abandoned, no, ransacked, likely by a rogue automation pigeon while the nest's inhabitants were away. Sent out doghound. This is sent out doghound has clearly been through it. She must have a rap sheet in a mile long. An individual member of the most powerful criminal gang in the East End. That is one of Molly's better qualities. She protects her flock from the law. Martina Molly O'Malley, leader of the Doghounds, the most powerful criminal gang in the East End. Alright there, I'm Clara Reed, and associates of Molly's. Ah, I never seen you before, and I'm usually good at spotting those who stand out. And he wrote, I'm Helena Bailey. I'm what you might call a private contractor now. Yeah, sound like there is some dosh behind that. What's Molly's game these days? We failed the check. The kind of game you don't win if you run your mouth. Fair enough. Helena Bailey is done with me. Okay, so let's check what else we can find around here. We got some gears and cogs. Docking Grove Fisherman Felipe Serrano. Ferry schedule. Let's check that first and then we move back. Here's where the steam ferry leaves from. No one around at the moment, only my reflection in the drab river water to keep me company. If only escaping London were as easy as sneaking aboard a ferry, but there are documents to print and loose ends up to tie up. Felipe Serrano, let's talk to him. Felipe Serrano, a regular at the roads, the wiry young Spaniard gazes wistfully across the canal. Like most seamen, he carries an esoteric reverence for superstitions, but holds a singular enthusiasm for the unknown that rolls along with the tides. Hark to that, he's in the middle of a song. It's a lovely tune that I recognize from somewhere but cannot place. Señorita Clara, buenos días. Igualmente mi amigo. Spanish for same to you, or likewise. My apologies, Clara. Estuve en las nubes. My head was in the clouds. Asking what song you were singing. What was the song you were singing just now? I was singing? Oh, I had no idea. I only understood a few words, but it sounded passionate. I tilted my head and smiled at him a bit. Ah, quizás, quizás. It is a song from Violeta. A troupe was touring in Spain during my last visit home. Just the title of the area alone spoke to me. De miei volenti spiriti. It perfectly describes how full my heart feels. You don't know of the opera. No, I haven't heard of it. Oh, well, you are missing out, Señorita Clara, porque es muy hermosa. Because it is very beautiful. And he's talking about how full his heart is, dear me. Who might he have taken up with? Who is she, might I ask? I fear that the devil will yank the rug out from under me if I tell you who. I have rarely been so lucky in love. Felipe, you don't go to a call house to find love. Which is a bravo. Clara could see every night she took my money, but last night she did not. She pressed it back into my palm and kissed me. Oh, Clara, while I was walking back home, I felt as if... The fisherman's words fade as I grapple with what he's revealed. In this line of work, there is a rule that reigns supreme. You always accept payment. Even if her actions are sincere, she has reaped a disservice on all of us. Tap a penniless cobbler, and their payment should be mending your most worn shoes. The price of your company is also our protection, what little we have. When words get out that a client has become an exception, every Tom, Dick, and Harry assume they'll be the next one. And so I'd like you to have a pock on the house, a small to medium saltwater fish. I quash my inner monologue just as he ends his. I haven't the faintest idea why he's offering me this fish. Did I truly drift off for that long? Gracias. Can you believe this is all came up at the Thames this morning? The new steamships are such wonder. He points towards a near bursting net wiggling with fish. That's lovely, Felipe, but you said it yourself. The girl may be in danger because of this. Who is she? Lo siento, señorita Clara. Let the Polak double as an apology as well. Every seaman here will tell you. The fates are fickle, and I cannot tempt them by telling you her name, not until I have her answer to a very precious question. Precious? He's planning to propose, as they say, only fools rush in. Well, I hope the fates will look kindly upon you. He presses his lips in an anxious smile. Okay, can we... Not at the moment, okay. Fisherman. Hard for one's proverbial sails to catch wind in the city. A sea dog like me is perpetually adrift. A maritime mixing of metaphors, enough to make me seasick. Aye, it is dire straits, particularly for the poor. Let's hope the future holds promise for us all. Okay, we got -5 hope for that. Ask for a cigarette. Pardon me, sir, but could I borrow a cigarette? I don't see why not. Good for the constitution, you know. Okay, docking rope. Sturdy wire rope for keeping boats smooth to pierce. Okay, we talked to Helena. Let's go this way first. I feel like the graphics could be a bit better, but it's fine for this kind of game. Okay, let's loot this. Green Street. That is Green Street, the Canadian smuggler who endures the brutality of nature and the unforgiving ocean in the name of profit. A pity to have to turn to him for a passage across the pond, but my options are rather limited. Miss Reed, Mr. Greenstreet. Satiate my curiosity for a moment. Why do you need me when you have such prestigious bedfellows as Lord Braxton? In my line of work, one learns it is foolish to ask a favor from one's clientele. Very well, I rescind my question. I ask only because a man of his stature could assist with this predicament. Predicament? Due to the recent import shortage of rubber gum from the Congo, the peelers have been engaging in more thorough dog inspections to keep the demand from reaching an underground market. He shots me a look with a while scanning the horizon. The port's usual watchmen refused my bribe. Either the coppers are paying him better or they are putting the fear of God in. He grits his teeth around his pipe. That means changes to our agreement on smuggling you out of here. I'll need a double rate by tomorrow night. That's as generous as I'm willing to get while the constable breathing down on my neck. Perhaps I'll simply take my business elsewhere. Greenstreet removed his pipe. No, you won't. An unfortunate situation, but I crawl out of worse. You compose yourself well, Miss Reed, but I've seen jackrabbits chew their own limbs off to escape a snare, only to bleed out 10 paces past. Desperation is in the eye of every trapped animal. You must know it's impossible to get that much capital in short time. Offer your service as a courtesan. Perhaps there's another type of payment you can accept? These 2D green drops where I hoped it would grow wider, though it is not gone completely. He appears more amused, if anything. Sure, I'll take payment in francs, if you wish. I visit Mediterranean ports just as often as English one. Care to show me how the dollies frolic the Mediterranean? There it is. There's the hungry look I was expecting. Sure, I'll tell you what I tell them. Catch up front, then maybe we can talk about some of fighting its way back to you. Saint's alive. If he doesn't fancy me for a coquette, then I'll have to find another card to play. Chin up, Miss Reed. It's not also dour. Lesser miracles have already happened. My contact pulled through. He takes a leather bifold wallet from his breast pocket. Go on, take a closer look. I untied the leather tassel and revealed the plated papers. There's even an authentic-looking wax stamp. A new identity mine for the taking. This alone cost a small fortune. Your tale is you've come to the Dominion of Canada to claim inheritance from your great-uncle who served as a soldier under Napoleon. That is a neat story, with the coup going on in France. Any attempts to verify my familiar origins would be a nightmare. I'll be taking that back for now. How am I meant to measure its legitimacy if you won't let me look? Suppose you'll just have to take my word. Greenstreet tucks the documents into his breast pocket. If I'm not here on the docks, then you'll find me at the tavern. Gather up the capital, I will be ready to leave or come down. Well, that could have gone better. Now, what am I to do? Caught between a rock and a hard place. I turned to Greenstreet because I didn't want to rely on anyone else, but now it seems I have no choice. Fine, who can I ask? I've met many people during my time in London. Let's talk to Molly, I guess, because the dog hand, we talked about Molly with the dog hand, and it's the only name familiar to me for now. Molly O'Malley, leader of the Doghounds. I ran with her in our bullfrog days. And she was the one who put an end to those days. Far too dangerous to approach unless you've got a dead wish. And one of the main reasons I'm leaving London behind in the first place. Clem Tessica Dolores. Dolores? Dolores Chen runs the laundry in the Red Lantern district. The finest fence in London. We've done business before, she's always treated me right. Might be time to pay her a visit then. Come in, Tessica? Tessica Lincoln, dear friend. One of the only things about London I'll miss. It would break my heart to tell her I'm leaving. Best to keep her far away from all this skullduggery. Clementine Radley, bartender at the Palladium. Best not to tell her I'm leaving. No, but she's good for gossip. Might be she has a lead on something, making opportunities. Worth a shot at least. That's enough to be getting on with, I think. So, we saw the Palladium when we were playing as Atticus at chapter 1. Okay. Let's see what we can find over here. Actually, I'm gonna end the episode here, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider subscribing to the channel. I would really appreciate it. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you soon in the next one.